very vocal criticism against the Congress and the leadership in Delhi is that there is a certain degree of political considerations behind this decision. The important related events being Jagan Mohan Reddy hitting the political scene, making definitely recognizable inroads in the political arena, and a certain degree of resurgence on the part of TDP. So Congress wanted to minimize the political losses in the coming general elections, and that's why they are pushing this issue of Telangana. To what extent that holds good?
It's a good question. On 9th December 2009, when the UPA government took a decision in favor of Telangana, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy was yet in Congress party, had not yet become a rebel, had not yet become even a dissident, had not yet quit Congress party. Why did the Congress party take a decision then? Why did TDP support formation of Telangana state during that period, on the basis of which this decision by UPA government was taken? An all-party meeting was convened by Mr. Roshaiya on 7th December, at which all these parties, BJP, CPI, TDP, even Chiranjeevi's party at that time, supported Telangana state. It's they who have staged a somersault. Congress party has not staged a somersault. Congress party recognized that they are tried to keep up the integrity of the state in spite of separatist feelings in both the regions. And the Congress party found it difficult. And it had to respond to the ground realities. It had to respond to the aspirations of people.
Andhra rulers will be based in Hyderabad for 10 years, that being going to be the joint capital. Is that a wholehearted demonstration of sense of accommodation on the part of Telangana people and leaders, or an inevitable acceptance on our part? And if they, for some reasons, if they were to stay in Hyderabad beyond 10 years, how would the situation going to evolve? What will be your response to that?
Telangana people are not satisfied with the decision of joint capital. Really? However, they are reconciled. Because in any conflict, you have to give something to take something. So it's a part of give and take.
So as a senior cabinet minister at the centre, how do you look at the enormity of building a new capital that can meet the demands of the present times, costs involved, time involved? Suppose for some reasons, if the joint capital got to be there for a little more than 10 years, would you foresee any problems, or the spirit of give and take can be expected to continue?
I don't think that will be required. People of Seemandhra will have to choose a place, what's appropriate for them. If the people of Seemandhra cannot agree upon the location of a common capital, they can't agree in Hyderabad as their common capital, which is distant for each one of them.
If you want to make it explicit, what are those 2 or 3 basic perceptions that propelled this whole agitation for the last over 6 decades? And now,
number 1, government employees of both the regions were never reconciled. Number 2, people of Telangana, rightly or wrongly, have felt consistently and vehemently that their job opportunities and seats were denied. The farmers of Telangana have always felt that their river waters have been unjustly stolen. I am not saying all these charges are correct. They may be very wrong. I don't know. I am not an expert. But can anybody deny this persistent, dominant perception by the people of Telangana? So you want unity at the cost of people's feelings?
In terms of political losses and gains, where do the Congress stand after bringing Telangana into being?
we would have lost 100% without Telangana. With Telangana, we may be doing slightly better. But in Andhra, we would be losing that much more. So I don't see the gains, I don't see the whole thing in terms of gains and losses.